I know, folks. I know I'm a glutton for punishment, and I'm putting you through this living hell with me, too. You're probably so sick of 45s by now, but, folks, I still got a couple more episodes to go because I'm just going through the boxes, pulling out the ones I think are interesting. Believe me, I'm not showing you half the stuff, but I'm doing the best I can. So let's get into another episode. What do you say? Okay, so this is kind of a novelty. This is Billy Crystal, featuring Billy Crystal and Christopher Guest, Willie and Frankie, the characters they played on Saturday Night Live. Remember they did that thing, I Hate When That Happens? And then I Hate When That Happens dubbed version. I don't know if you remember that little skit from Saturday Night Live. Those of you old enough might remember it on A&M Records. All right. Okay. Another picture sleeve, REO Speedwagon, Sweet Time, backed with Stillness of the Night, taken from their LP Good Trouble, which was the follow-up to High Infidelity, their mega smash album. This one didn't do as well, but I know I bought it. I liked some of the songs off it, and it's on the Epic label. This I got overseas when I was in England between 79 and 82. It's a double EP. You get two disc with it, with the small spindle on Arista Records. It's the Kinks. It's a Better Things EP, double vinyl EP. And you got, I'll show you the front. Better Things was one of my favorite songs from their Give the People What They Want album. And that's what you got on it. And I don't think it's it's a gatefold too. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right. Long time since I've looked at this, but I'm a big mega Kinks fan, especially their 60s stuff is legendary, but I love their 80s output too, when they were in their like arena rock period. And yeah, this is a great one. You got Lola, David Watts, Massive Reductions, Better Things. Two songs here, Lola and David Watts, were taken from the double live album, One for the Road, and then two newer songs. So that's a cool double vinyl EP to have, I think, on Arista. So I will put that back in here. I apologize for the delay in the action, but, you gotta follow through. This is a cool one. This is a Cheap Trick, I'll Be With You Tonight, a new 3-track single, limited picture bag edition, whatever that means. I'll Be With You Tonight from Dream Police, He's a Whore, previously unavailable in Britain, and So Good to See You from In Color. So I must have gotten this overseas again when I was in the service. Yeah, it's got the small spindle on Epic. Okay, we're going to go through a lot of 80s stuff now. I was an 80s pop kid as well. I Can't Hold Back by Survivor. Vacation by the Go-Go's. IRS records. I'll show you some labels, but it just wastes time, 38 Special, Like No Other Night. I was a big 38 Special fan. Hearts on Fire is the flip. There's the label. All right, this is kind of a rare single from the Romantics, Mystified. This was a demo, a special remix of Mystified. Demo not for sale, as you can see there. Mystified was on their, it says demonstration right on there, Mystified, and it's on both sides. It was on their album, the one after In Heat. It didn't do too well. I can't even think of the name of it. Oh, my goodness. This is a weird one. Back in the mid-'80s, I was into the Gremlins. I thought it was a great movie, and I picked up this little silly thing somewhere and just hung on to it all these years. The Gift of the Mogwai, Gremlins, story number 1. Must have been like a story thing. Well, let's see what it looks like. You get a little book in with the story of Mowgli, or whatever his name was. Gizmo. Mowgli. I can't take it out, folks. All right, there it is. It's a rarity. Journey, Separate Ways, Worlds Apart from Frontiers. Picture disc. Columbia. 38 Special again, You Keep Running Away. Nice picture sleeve. All right, now we're going dipping into the 70s. David Bowie, Space Oddity, The Man Who Sold the World on RCA. 1973, so this is an older one I had. RCA. There we go. Okay, this is a rare one by Scott McCarl. Used to be in the Raspberries on their Starting Over album. He did a solo album in 1997, and here's the single from it, In Love Without a Girl. Really great Mersey beat pop on Titan Records. Great. I thought the flip side was This Boy, yeah. The flip side was rare because it's This Boy. In Love Without a Girl, then he did a version of This Boy by the Beatles. That's why that was so important to me to get it. 1986, their comeback album, Third Stage. I showed you Can't You Say in one of the last videos. Here's the single for Amanda, the first single from the album. Great album, their third album, Third Stage. After that, they totally dropped. The next 2 or 3 albums just went off a cliff. Horrible. And we certainly lost Brad Delp. To me, that was the end of the Boston, let me tell you. Threshold Records, The Story in Your Eyes, The Moody Blues, kind of a rare single. Back to the 80s, Rod Stewart, Forever Young. Loved his version of Forever Young. It was a great Bob Dylan song. Days of Rage is the flip. Oh no, he wrote this one. I'm off, folks. Forever Young, Dylan did a version of Forever Young. This is one written by Rod Stewart, Cragen, and Savagar, 1988. All right, so I'm off on that. It's not the same one as the Dylan song, but must have been a good song. I bought it. Cheap Trick, Don't Be Cruel. Their cover of Don't Be Cruel with I Know What I Want Live. All right. Cheap Trick again with Ghost Town. Back with Wrong Side of Love. This is from their comeback album, I like to say, in 1988 called Lap of Luxury. They had kind of faded for a few years there, and then Lap of Luxury came out and brought them back on top. Number 1, The Flame from that album, and it just Cheap Trick. There's legends. Another one, the second single from Third Stage from Boston in 86, We're Ready. And there's the album cover there. Again, still on the MCA Records label. This is a promo copy, not for sale. All right. The Rolling Stones, The Harlem Shuffle. Backed with Had It With You, taken from Dirty Work, not one of their most favorite albums. Dirty Work from 86. A lot of 80s here. Oh, here's late 70s. The Cars. Their first big smash, the one that drew me in, lifelong Cars fan. Just What I Needed. Here is the single. The original single. I bought this in 78 when it came out. I remember that. 1983, I bought this. Don't Let It End by Styx. All right. From Kilroy Was Here, 1983. I'm a Styx fan on some level, too. 80s, Bruce Springsteen, one of his singles, one of his many numerous singles from Born in the USA, Glory Days. Bruce Springsteen, E Street Band on Columbia. Yeah, it was a period there I was a big Bruce fan in the 80s or so. I still like him. I like some of his stuff here and there. To me, his last great album was Magic in 2007, but he's had some other good things. A lot of 80s coming up, folks. The Fix. Who remembers this one? One Thing Leads to Another. Here's the back. I got into the Fix around 83 or so when they opened for the Police on a big stadium tour. The Police's final tour, before they broke up for many, many years. The Synchronicity tour. The Fix opened along with Flock of Seagulls, and so I got into the Fix after that. Liked them. Another 80s, Kim Wilde, The Kids in America. Who remembers that one? 80s smash hit. There we go. Mr. Kyrie, RCA. Gonna see a lot of 80s. Aha, The Sun Always Shines on TV. I bet you thought it was Take On Me. No, The Sun Always Shines on TV. Aha. I believe it's from the same album as Take On Me, though. Big Country in a Big Country. Love that song. Bought the single. That was me back then. Kind of an obscure 80s one, but no less one that I love. Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone by Glass Tiger. Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over. Oh, in that 80s period. I told you. Capital. A demo. Doesn't say promo, but it's like white label, so I assume it's a promo. Yeah, it is a promo. One of my favorite songs from back in the day. This brings back so many memories of being young, my parents. Yesterday Once More by the Carpenters, or Carpenters as they like to be called, on A&M, which was Herb Alpert's label, along with Jerry Moss, signed them. Love that song, Yesterday Once More. When I was young, I'd listen to the radio, waiting for my favorite song. When they'd play it, I would be wrong. Coal Gems, The Monkees, Pleasant Valley Sunday, and Words. But it's all sealed up in there, so I'm not going to take it all out, but you could see it. This is a rarity. One of the earliest ones from Paul Revere and the Raiders, Like Long Hair and Sharon on Garden Records. Again, you saw my past videos on these 45s. I love Paul Revere and the Raiders. And a couple of final ones here. The Knack, Good Girls Don't, from their Smash Get the Knack album. Capital Orange and Yellow Classic label. All right, picture sleeve. The Knack, Good Girls Don't. The big one, My Sharona. Again, capital yellow and orange swirl. And she would say anything on the back. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Not really. No. But there's something on the front for you to gaze at. And last but not least in this video is a sealed version of Cheap Trick doing Gimme Some Truth. Exclusive transparent red 7-inch. Includes the brand new song and a live track featuring Roy Wood. This was for Record Store Day, Black Friday. Gimme Some Truth backed with I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day live with Roy Wood. All right, but it's sealed. I kept it sealed. I'm saving it for a rainy day or something. I don't know what I'm doing. That's it for this episode. Bye-bye.